So, it's April 1st, and I thought I would do an April 1st themed video here. Not so much, but it's actually something that I've seen argued about. I guess we've all seen argued about way more than it actually deserves. Um, and I think there's a lot of misconceptions on both sides. Um, I'm gonna take this is very much my own culinary opinion, which I find superior to a lot of people who push this stuff. Um, For instance, I love Razor Fist. I love Sticks. I think both of their opinions on food are kind of dog shit. I really do love them. Not every opinion, but particularly the weird stuff. I actually understand what Razor's talking about with well done steak, but you actually need to have a really high quality cut of meat. If you have meat from the pores, well, guess what? Rare, medium rare is quite tasty as well. Um, I've had the expensive steak, and I had it where I forget. I think my father had brought it home, and he had ordered his rare, really liked it, and then I recooked it and made it well done. And normally, if you do that, it turns into rubber, and you're better off just making a salad and eating the steak cold. But in this case, I had it where it was basically well done, and it didn't matter, and it had all the flavor, and it tasted like what you would expect a well done steak to taste like if you knew nothing about well done steaks, and you were just like, oh well, fully cooked and a little smoky and a little dark, and it's it is the cut of meat that determines that. Now that I've talked about the first thing, it's a small part. I guess this is part two, which I'll also keep kind of short. Pineapple on pizza. This has triggered the internet. I understand why people hate it. I also understand why people defend it, and I don't think either side 100% understands or cares because it's a meme because it's not really a rivalry. I don't think anybody legitimately gets upset about pizza toppings. Well, I don't know. It's 2021. I'm sure one of the two is racist. I'm sure, but I think there's a misconception about what kind of pineapple goes on the pizza, and what you're supposed to have is grilled pineapple, often with a glaze. Hot grilled pineapple, it starts to caramelize. You cook it very similar to like a grilled chicken breast. You basically you flash cook it really hot, and it starts to glaze, and you start seeing this kind of stuff. It kind of looks like this, kind of looks like this, kind of looks like that. You can put a different sauces. Some people I've seen they put like a really smoky honey on there, and you can make a kebab basically with it, like in this picture. You can dip it and stuff. Now that is a different flavor than fresh pineapple. Fresh pineapple does not belong on pizza any more than you would take one of those frozen fruit salad cups and pour it on top of your pizza. That is not an appropriate combination. Grilled pineapple, though, properly grilled pineapple, being thrown into a pizza, that you can get away with. It's a different flavor set. It's not for everybody. I'd rather eat grilled pineapple on its own rather than on the pizza, but I understand why some people do that. For instance, I love the flavor of anchovies. I do not like anchovies on pizza, so it's kind of similar in that sense. And the origins of the pineapple on pizza, as far as back as I can remember when I first started seeing it, it was called a Hawaiian pizza. And what it actually was, I don't think it actually originated from Hawaii, but it was pineapple ham. So it's basically a ham as the meat on the pizza, and then you throw the glazed and grilled pineapple on there, and you get sort of the pineapple ham roast flavor on top of the pizza as the meat topping. That's not so bad. Pineapple ham, when done right, is very good. Um, I will say in recent years, the pineapple ham artistry has fallen out of favor. People like it to look pretty by doing weird stuff, and they forget. Like this year, um, that's that's a really terrible pineapple ham. And one of the reasons I can tell you it's a terrible pineapple ham is because there's absolutely no discoloration. This looks like a fruit snack, which means you basically have a ham with a light glaze, which is fine, with just some pineapple stuck to it. I hope you like the combo of those flavors. Some people do. I'm sure it's not untenable, but it's really not the kind of thing you would want on as a pizza topping, and it's really not the benefit you get from actually making a proper pineapple ham. A proper pineapple ham is going to look closer to something like this, closer to something like this. You see how there's the glaze, how that the pineapples are burnt and they're almost kind of melting into the ham. And I've seen it also where you do the chop instead, although this one, again, it doesn't look like it was grilled properly. Or the glaze with the pineapple, it's fused right in there. In this case, they threw the slices in there. You're supposed to cook the hell out of the pineapple and make it so that the sugars in the pineapple start to caramelize. If you don't do that, you're just adding funky sweet fruit to meat, and likewise funky sweet fruit to pizza. You shouldn't do that. That's not an appropriate flavor combo. I know some people will mix and do weird stuff. Spam, very much the same way. Spam, uh, it's sliced meat, and you can use it for a lot of things. But if you're going to use it as an application, as a topping, as something that's actually going to be, paired with other things, not just canned meat for the convenience of it, you have to grill the hell out of it. Hawaii, it's the official food of Hawaii because basically during World War II, Hawaii was kind of out there, and it was a really easy food to get a hold of because you could actually ship it in the cans, and the people of Hawaii figured out how to cook it and actually make it taste pretty good. And if you take basically a can of spam, which is standard, it's going to be like a ham and a pork, and you cut that nice and thin, and you grill that, and you throw some grilled pineapple with that, you're actually going to have a pretty similar flavor profile to pineapple ham roast, only it's going to be a little more almost like comparing a burger to a steak, where it's like they're both beef, but there's a different animal going on. They've got similarities, but they're not the same, but they're tasty for largely the same reasons. Likewise, I'm not surprised if people, and you probably can do this in Hawaii, so if you're from Hawaii, leave a comment. They probably grill the spam, grill the pineapple, do the same type of glazing and all that kind of stuff, and you throw that on top of a pizza. That probably works just fine. Now, there's one other thing on this topic. The type of pizza, including the type of sauce and the type of bread, makes a huge difference as to what kind of toppings you can pair with it. Now, I am East Coast Philadelphia, so Philadelphia's pizza is very similar to New York's pizza. And by that, I just mean it's kind of the whole megalopolis reason. We do kind of thin, but not ultra thin crust. And our bread is not very sweet. It's hearty. And our sauces are not sweet. Our marinara on the pizza sauce is not sweet. It's dark. I personally love that. I've met people from out of state who think that's the pinnacle. They call it thin crust. For us, it's just regular pizza. Now, if you have something like a sweetbread type pizza, like something you would get out west, or a kind of a fluffy Hawaiian bread style pizza crust, I've seen that. I'm not into that. If you have a marinara sauce that's really sweet, that will change the flavor profile of the toppings you're putting on there. Some things, like pepperoni, kind of pair with everything. Other things, like grilled pineapple, grilled spam, I imagine it's probably the same for anchovy, even though I don't like that with cheese on top. It's not my thing. The cheese makes a difference. There's different cheese blends. There's soft mozzarellas. There's more harder cheeses. All these factors are extremely important, and it's really funny when people are arguing about pineapple on pizza, and there's really a lot of pre-qualifiers as to, okay, yeah, that doesn't work in some cases, and it works in some cases. So maybe it's because I've eaten a lot of stuff, and I'm a kind of person who will try anything. I've even tried Vegemite. It's awful. But it is really funny just how it's almost blasphemous to talk about putting a pineapple on pizza, and I think most people think it's like round sweet slices like this on a pizza. Hey, maybe some people like that. Maybe that is what some people are talking about. But I'll say, if you're doing that, no, that's gross. That's like putting candy on there. But if you're grilling a pineapple, hey, I could see that with the topping. Maybe add a little Tabasco with that, so you got sweet, spicy, and then you got on top of a nice pizza that's not like super sweet. It's got like a rich sauce and and a hearty bread. That's not a bad combo. That's not a bad combo. But I think when most people are thinking, or say most people who criticize pineapple on pizza are thinking basically just these kind of sweet slices just thrown on there, baked in with the pizza. No, that I will take a pass on. That's not something I want. So that's my April Fool's video for you guys. I actually mean what I said here, obviously, but it's a funny enough subject, so I figured this would be a good day to pitch in on that. So.